Have you ever wondered what monks are able to do after months and months of meditating alone up in the mountains? Well, it's certainly not to be able to make the finest cup of tea, but it's to hone in those amazing superpower-like abilities after months and even years of brutal training. From being able to walk on water to be able to break stone with their head, here are some of the most amazing examples of the most unusual Shaolin monk superpowers.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for y'all that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works.
Walking on water. Walking on water is what we consider religious figures or superheroes are able to do, right? Well, this fearless monk can walk on water, technically. Shi Liang is a Chinese monk who joined the Shaolin monks for his inspiration of kung fu moves. He was able to walk on water by using very thin and lightweight plywood boards connected by cloth. He was able to run across the surface of a reservoir, which was 118 meters long, in roughly 50 seconds. Wow! Shi Liang has also done other amazing things in the past, such as running with iron bars on his feet. It took him a total of 9 years to be able to run on water with the boards. He says you have to focus on being light and using control in your toes so that you can get across. His goal is to be able to run 150 meters on water. Well, when you're ready, I've got Guinness World Records on speed dial. Superhero strength. Ever thought of just how cool it would be to have superhero strength or to be super strong? Well, superhero strength is an amorphous ability and can be portrayed in many different forms. An example could be Hercules or Goku, but also could be portrayed in Tony Stark's Iron Man or Wonder Woman. Superhero strength is mostly seen in fiction and mythology. Outside of this, however, humans are actually attempting to get superhero strength to work for real-life purposes by using technology and scientific experimentation. Technically, it's already been done, and we see it in the athletes who may be using steroids or blood doping to better enhance their performance. But who knows what we see in the future of superhero strength? But I digress. This is about Shaolin monks, not MIT. Maintaining body temperature. Just how convenient would it be if humans could adjust or maintain their body temperature in different situations? It was discovered that a small group of Tibetan monks have the ability to control the temperature of their skin through means of meditation. A group of scientists were able to study a group of Tibetan monks in 1979 with follow-up visits in the 1980s. The conclusion from their research was this group was able to raise their body temperature up 17 degrees. This keeps them warm when they sleep in temperatures that get as low as 0 degrees Fahrenheit. On a relative note, there was a group in India who could lower their metabolism down to 60% while they slept. For comparison, when a regular person sleeps, their metabolism lowers only about 10 to 15% versus the group that could lower it 60%. That's not only a big change, but could be used in lack of food to preserve needed energy.
Time to hibernate.
Needle through glass. Now, physics is just a little twisted with this situation. There's a monk that's able to throw a thin needle through glass, shattering it. If you ask them, they claim that this technique is all about using a combination of focus and channeled vital energy called qi. It was found that the needle had acquired a speed of 150 kilometers or 93 miles per hour in order to pierce through the glass sheet. It also takes more skill to do this than just throwing a dart at a dartboard or throwing a sewing needle at your living room window after deep breathing. Finger skill. Do you think you have great balance? Well, this monk has amazing strength and balance, as he's able to perform an inversion stand on just 2 index fingers. Now, if I explain this wrong, just tell me in the comments, okay? I'm not embarrassed. He starts the inversion stand by having 1 index finger stretched out on one hand and all the fingers stretched out on the other. Next, he then pushes himself up to an inverted position with the hand that has all the fingers outstretched, balancing himself on just the 1 outstretched finger on the other hand. They're able to do this by training hard for years. Their training consists of using trees to practice on by punching the trees with their index fingers to build strength. This led to small indentations that were left in the trees as evidence of this practice. Trees tell no tales. Truth. Iron crotch! Anyone knows that kicking someone, mostly men, in their crotch can lead to very high levels of pain and agony. Well, shockingly, some monks are able to practice a technique to get around the pain from being kicked. Really? Well, this is called the iron crotch. I like the way I said that. To start the training, they have to start decentering the area around their testicles by using meditation, but also taking literal pain in the area. After they can withstand the pain from that, they move up to more painful procedures, such as needles and rolling pins. Oh, there is a con to this, however, and that is reproductive health. You think? When practicing this technique, the reproductive system takes a lot of damage. It is possible to try to fix the reproductive health or prevent it from declining due to the blows taken in the area with techniques such as physical therapy. This, however, can't stop it from happening eventually, however, and it's a choice they have to both make and live with. Well, someone has to take the hit for us. Why not them? Oh. Iron head. Ever wanted to just hit your head against a wall? This technique, known as Shaolin Kung Fu Iron Head, Tai To Kong, is pretty much just that. The student starts by wrapping their head in 10 protective layers of silk and hits their head against a wall at different angles. Then, every 2 to 3 months, 2 layers of the protective silk are removed. When the student finally hits months later with an unprotected head, it'll hurt, but the student will have to adjust to it in order to master it. After the student gets adjusted, they will have mastered it, and the student's head is supposedly as strong as ever, or even stronger than the wall itself. Some monks are actually able to break through stone walls just by headbutting it. Basically, the technique strengthens the skull bones in order to withstand the force. This is something to think about the next time someone calls you hard-headed. Iron bull. Bulls are known to be pretty hard and to also buck pretty hard, so it's proper for the name of this practice to be called the iron bull. This technique is basically used for strengthening the external power of the body, like a bull. This is started by first scraping the skin of the abdomen by scarring it in order to toughen it. After the skin is hardened enough, they will begin to strike and punch the stomach. When punching the stomach no longer hurts and the skin is harder, they will then begin to use hammers to strike their stomach. They start off with wooden hammers, but eventually use iron ones to strike full force. Some monks are strong enough to have the full force of the hammer driven into their stomach and will stand without pain. I guess you really have to have a strong stomach for this. Diamond finger. Diamonds are known for more than just being a pretty gem to put in a wedding ring. Diamonds are also used in drilling bits due to their strength. The diamond finger technique is a way to basically strengthen your finger, and it will supposedly become as hard as a diamond over time. Regular training is a must if you wish to tackle this challenge, and can take about 3 years to complete. That's if you stay with the training. There are also lots of wounds that are possible along the way, but you reap the benefits of being able to do significant damage to what your finger may strike. Some parts of the training routine include punching stones until they crumble, but also punching trees once again until they have a hole through them. Maybe there's some conspiracy theory notes out there that say woodpeckers have diamonds in their beaks. In hot oil. This last technique is a bit extreme, and you may find yourself dipping your foot into a bath of ice cubes because this gets hot. This monk was recorded sitting in a pot of oil above a live fire while continuing to do his meditation. In their own way, this was just the monk proving his faith and determination, along with demonstrating just how far he would go to prove his faith to his religion. Even though there was a special blend of herbs and oil applied to reduce the heat of the oil, you have to imagine that sitting in hot oil would still be blistering and painful, even with the help of the herbs. After he finishes his meditation session, the oil is then poured into bottles and then sold out to the spectators of the event. If you look really close, you can see in small print, "Do not attempt this at home." Those monks, they're always thinking. Which one of these Shaolin monk superpowers has inspired you the most? Well, let me know in the comments below, and I'll handpick and feature your comment in the next video. So look out for your comment. And now it's time for the featured comment from one of our previous video. This one's from the Unusual People Who Play Professional Sports episode. Lee Meyer wrote, "They're amazing. All the perseverance and braveness they show. Heart." I agree. Some of these left me speechless and hard to read through without getting choked up. But I don't cry.